Well, for the most part, the yearling side of the Harrisburg sale 2019 is over. Now there are some yearlings selling tomorrow. There's some backstories on a few of them. There is 3 horses I'm going to look at tomorrow morning. I know I got the 6 already, but I'd be remiss if I didn't do my homework and actually look tomorrow. So there is a Donato Hanover filly. I saw her in a stall this evening. I haven't seen her out on the floor. I don't know anything about her. Her video looks okay. Number 915, Sadet. This is a Donato Hanover February 7th foal. Now, this filly has a full sister that took a mark of 153, timed in 150 and 4, and made $500,000. Also a Donato Hanover. This is a pretty unique family. Second dam has Arbro Domino, $250,000. Third dam has Waikiki Beach. Lots of speed and lots of money in this family. I want to take a look at this filly. Number 918 is an EL Titan. Now, what's unique about this filly is it's the same bloodline as Frilly Fringes, the filly we bought. One might say actually stronger in a different way. If you remember, the first dam of Frilly Fringes was a little bit weak. The second dam was Tall Cotton and Chip.com and so on and so forth. This is an EL Titan filly. Now, selling at a Wallen Ridge, I'm not really sure why this filly wouldn't be in the front end of the catalog. I really don't know. Some of these people miss the cataloging date, but how many? So, Clements, number 918. This is out of a credit winner mare with a mark of 157, 70,000 made. Cantab Hall already with 9 wins and 119,000 made in the first dam. Second dam, there's winners in the first dam. 4 foals, 2 winners. It's already better than 2 for 5 when it comes to Frilly Fringes. Now, the second dam is not where you find Tall Cotton and Chip.com. That's the third dam. The second dam has Drama Free, $200,000 Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, made $200,000. Mark of 55 and had 28 lifetime wins. There's a Muscle Massive in there, I Know My Rights. 2-year-old mark, 156 flat on a 5/8 and 8 wins. And then you look down to the third dam, and there's the connection to Frilly Fringes, Tall Cotton, and Chip.com. Little interested in taking a quick look at that horse. You'll understand why I like Frilly Fringes so much when we get her home and get her under the drone. You'll see what I'm talking about. This is a beautiful, powerful filly. And then last is another Donato Hanover filly, April 19th foal. This is Donata Doe. Okay. Donata Doe is by CRX. The mother is by CRX Caliber. She took a mark of 153 and 2 and had 14 wins racing in her career. And then the second dam has some money, 319. This looks like Maryland money. Rising Doe, 56 and 4, 56 and 2, time 53, just under 400,000 made, 16 wins. Rising Tower, $217,000 made. Sia Doe, these are all 2-year-old marks also, $150,000 made. Royal Doe, I love the Doe. Royal Troubadour, 24 wins, $119,000 made, so on and so forth. So lots of money and speed in this family too. Likely some flaws there. I want to take a look at them and see what's going on, but some interesting prospects tomorrow, and that will be it. For those of you out there saying, hey, you're buying any weanlings, this isn't the place to buy your weanlings. What happened over the last few years is a lot of these farms, if these yearlings or these weanlings look interesting, they'll pinhook them. What that means is they'll buy them, prep them for next year's sale. There's not really a lot of value to be found in the weanlings here. If you're looking for weanlings, the Ohio sale, I believe, at the end of the month is much more interesting. A lot of people just dump them in there for whatever reason, capital, or they don't like the weanlings, or maybe they weren't impressed with the way the yearlings sold this year by the same sire. They just dumped the weanlings in. In my 2 cents, considering the horses all look straight and have decent pedigree, I think dollar for dollar for value, you're going to find much more value in the Ohio sale. Obviously, we're not looking at any stallion shares. I know one of our clients is. Who brought that money? Yeah. One of our clients is looking at a stallion share tomorrow. We are not. And none of the brood mares. Again, as somebody said, well, you know, the White Birch Farm's having that dispersal of everything. We weren't the only people that got that memo. All the other big farms did too, so they're going to take a real good look. And a lot of these horses, these mares in foal, will go for a ton of money. So for the most part, tomorrow's work will be mostly book work for me This will be in the form of the racehorse sale, which is Friday. Thursday, we'll look at these 3 yearlings, likely leave them as is. There'll be no weanlings bought. There'll be no broodmares bought or stallion shares. Tomorrow's work will be mostly book work. And the reason I say that is we will be after a couple of racehorses. Now, I have no interest in buying 2-year-olds turning 3. We already have like 40 of them to bring back. So what we're looking for is somewhere a little higher end. There's a couple of mares I looked at that I'm really interested in. And a couple of trotters also. A little higher end stuff, but I want to do my homework tomorrow. I want to look through this book. And the reason I'm a little late getting that done, I'm not really late. Horses didn't arrive till today. So I don't have I would have no way to look at these horses until tomorrow. So I'm going to go through the book tonight, single out horses that are interesting to me, go and look at them tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll do a video for you outlining who we're interested in, why, and if you message us back, we'll be happy to get price points on them. So when we look at what took place today, what took place at sale, a little caveat right off the start. It was announced that we purchased hip number 643, painted, whatever the hell his name is, painted paddocks or painted fields, or 643 was painted land. Technically we did, but I did as an agent for a friend of mine from Quebec, Dominic Gladue. Many of you, I'd mentioned him in another video. Dominic, much like us, wanted an Ontario-bred trotter and got shut out. Come all the way from Quebec to get one and didn't have one. I ended up just giving him the horse at sale cost, and the reason being there were a couple other horses we were looking at. Sadly, we got shut out also, but don't worry, we have a lot of Ontario horses there and some more that are on their way. So the least of my worries is that we got shut out on a $10,000 muscle mass colt. I'm sure he's a nice colt, and I hope he does well for Dominic, but we had lots of other stuff on the go. So we started off the day. I think the video I send out tonight outlines 7:30 and what that filly meant to me. Obviously, I tried to make it clear that I wanted to buy this filly, but none of you really got to see why. Every year, I mean, there's 800 horses here. You're going to come across horses that you really like. Obviously, I loved Glacier Hanover on day one. $470,000 is a lot of money to put down for a horse. And I like different horses for different reasons. So value obviously plays a big role in the way that I look at horses. Breeding, and then obviously, absolutely, the horse's character, its conformation, you know, everything about the horse. And when I looked at all the horses through the sale, there were some that I really wanted. I really wanted 424. I really wanted Spirit of Dio's brother, 7 Dreaming Dios, and another horse I really wanted was Won My Heart Hanover. This was number 730, and I apologize, but I can't be as passionate about why I love the horses because there are a lot of people that watch these videos. You know, when I look at the video I made for the 2 sale days, there was over 400 people viewed those videos, and I want to partner with people, but at the same time, I got to be careful, right? And I told everybody I liked 730. I gave you a very fair overview of why I liked her. You know, she was a well put together filly out of a mare that had 52 lifetime wins, 682,000, made a mark of 55, 2 solid families of money and speed and earnings. But I just left it as is. But I must have pulled this filly out of the stall 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. I really, really liked number 730, and I waited all day for her, waited all sale for her for the most part. I went by a lot of horses we could have bought, both Amy and myself, and I did buy this filly. Now, in my head, I thought that we could buy this filly for $12,000 or $13,000, but it just goes to show you there were other people that were looking at this pedigree and this filly also. She is an exceptionally well put together filly, and she appeared to have a real level head about her, which was something that the previous Sebastian Case that we had did not. So for the most part, Won My Heart Hanover was a horse I legitimately really wanted in the sale, and we ended up bringing her home today. Now, when I had maneuvered Painted Land around to Dominic, that freed up the last spot in the trailer. Now, we do have a lot of clients that were after an American Ideal. There were a couple we looked at, but I just didn't like them. You know, there was one colt that was the 13th foal early in the sale. We let him go. I didn't even get my hand up. I think he went for 21,000. There was another one leading up to this horse. We looked at 3 horses that were in the same area, and I liked number 875 of the 3 of them. Now, an American Ideal Pacer was not on the top of my list of things to buy, but at the same time, for the right price, the right value, I could be interested in this horse, or any one of these 3 horses. I looked at 875 Ciros Blue Chip, and I'll tell you what interested me the most. Now, obviously, he has a brother that took a 2-year-old mark of 54-1, 3-year-old mark 51-2, 4-year-old mark of 48-4, $614,590 made by Rock and Roll Heaven, 36 wins. That horse's name was Soto. In the second dam, you have Precious Beauty. That name may sound familiar because that is the mother of Sports Writer and Precious Beauty. Obviously, Precious Beauty is the mother of Beauty of the Beach, Tall Dark Stranger. Now, the reason I liked this horse, and I was certain we could afford him, 1, he was at the end of the sale. 2, he was a May 9th foal, which meant he was a little bit smaller than some of the bigger, older horses that we saw at the sale, and he was an embryo transfer. So I thought right away, here's a colt at the end of the sale, an embryo transfer, a little bit smaller, but well-bred. I was certain we could afford him, and we could have. I probably would have went to 23, 24,000. We got him for $16,000. So I was happy to maneuver the horses around the way I did. And I told you guys 6 would be in the trailer. 6 are in the trailer. We have number 21, just to recap quick. Number 21, Lincoln Hanover. Take a look at the sale. Take a look at all the Chapter 7s that sold. And Lincoln Hanover was on the very lower end of those horses for no particular reason at all. It's just when you get a horse at 21, again, you have to look at the placement of the sale. I bid on a number of Chapter 7s and came close to none of them. Lincoln Hanover is a good-looking horse. He's dual eligible, New York and Kentucky, by Chapter 7, and 3 good families here. 3 good lines of family. And this is just a good-looking colt that fell through the cracks. There's no two ways. There's no other way to put it. And then we went to number 278. That was Off-Road Hanover. I had said when I bought Off-Road Hanover, you know, I like him, but that's what he was worth. You know, I didn't finish signing the ticket, you know, thinking that I stole him. I thought we paid what he was worth, and I still do. Now, looking at my list of trotting colts that we were looking at after Off-Road Hanover, I'm really happy we bought him because I wasn't close on any of the ones afterwards. And you know, hard lines are hard lines, and I mean, we weren't even close with some of them. But that's just the way that this sale went. This sale in Lexington, right? You can't tell sometimes. And you know, when I'm looking for a horse, I'm looking for affordability. I thought that Off-Road Hanover was worth right on $27,000, $28,000. That's what we paid for him at the time. It kind of felt like I was giving a dollar for a dollar. Now, looking at the sale and how it went, I think we did even better with Off-Road Hanover in real-time value than I thought at the time. Then we moved on to a couple of horses. I was so impressed and happy we got Stacy Hanover, and I kept telling everybody, go back and look at the lineage. Go back and look at Glacier Hanover. You know, Glacier Hanover was, what, a Yankee Glide mare? Now, full disclosure, and fair being fair, Glacier Hanover had a full brother winning 52-3 this year and made $120,000. There's no denying that. And he had a mother that was 3 for 3. She was a Yankee Glide, 3 foals, 3 winners. The second dam was Glide Master, Truth in Action, and all those horses down there. Stacy Hanover. Now, when you look at those videos, you can tell one's a colt, one's a filly, but they look very, very similar. Stacy Hanover is out of a Cantab Hall mare, who I would think most people would think Cantab or Yankee Glide. I'll take Cantab Hall for the mare any given day. Could be wrong, but I don't believe so. This is a mare that took a mark of 57-2 as a 2-year-old, made $60,000. She threw 4 foals, 3 of them were winners, and in the second dam, Glide Master, Truth in Action. All those same horses at Glacier Hanover. The exact same line. One went for $470, racing in Pennsylvania. The other one went for $45,000, racing in New Jersey. Somebody said, well, you got to race against all the Muscle Hills. Okay. He's a Father Patrick, but you got to race all against all the other Father Patricks. Don't forget, the Damien horse was a $1 million horse. 1.1 million, and all the other horses that cost a lot of money. So it doesn't matter where you're racing, you're going to find a lot of talent and a lot of speed. I can tell you this much: I love Glacier Hanover, but I love paying $45,000 for Stacy Hanover a lot more than I would have loved paying $470 for Glacier. So Stacy Hanover at $45,000 for me was the slam dunk of the sale for us. And then obviously you have Frilly Fringes, a filly that I just loved. I fell in love with her when I saw her after the sale. I liked her a lot when I looked at her, but we had looked at so many horses. It was really all about value. And here's a Southwind Frank filly, and we have a Southwind Frank filly training at home right now that looks like $1 million, and that's Eclair AM. And this is another Southwind Frank filly. She is a big beast and very correct, very beautiful filly. $25,000 I thought was fairly fair, below fair for my estimation on Frilly Fringes, and I couldn't be happier to buy her for $25,000. And then obviously we started off the day with my girl, very late in the sale, 7:30, who was Won My Heart Hanover, and then we ended it off with 875, who was the American Ideal Colt. I think we did some great work here in Harrisburg. I was very conservative with the bidding, and you really had to be, because you could get blown out of the water here, no problem. I just thought that the value was even tougher to find here than it was in Lexington, which is shocking, because this is usually announced as a buyer's sale, right? Sure, the good ones are going to go for a lot of money, but the ones that were lower end or in the middle of the road, usually people believe that Harrisburg, Pennsylvania is a place to find the value, and I can tell you it was tough to find it here. We had a number of horses on our list that we just didn't get a chance to get. And there was a couple more that were going before Glacier Hanover on day one. I wish I had another crack at. We lost that opportunity. So all in all, a great sale for us. As I said, I was going to stick to the script. I know technically 875 was not on our list. Not technically, he wasn't on our list, because I wasn't in the mood to buy an American Ideal Pacer unless he went for $16,000. We did have a lot of clients that are looking for this horse, an American Ideal, and they asked me flat out, you know, which one do you think is the best one? Dollar for dollar, I knew it was going to be 875, and I told our clients that. So really happy we got Ciros Blue Chip, and then we got the other horses that are coming home with us also. Steve got to sell his filly, got $42,000 for her, and now it is going to be a quick turnaround here. We are going to switch gears quickly. Tomorrow we got a few yearlings to look at, but mostly I'll be going tomorrow to look and take a look at these race horses. What we are looking for is something a little higher end, something that's going to be able to move through the mid-level classes up, hopefully to the top level classes in Ontario. If they can't, we'll find somewhere else from the race, but the whole point is to buy some good horses. I think we get some great horses. Obviously, we got Brave World, Oso Pine starting to come around, White Tigers making a turnaround. Yes, is racing fantastic. Stonebridge Simba had a little slip, but at the same time has been great all year. Cabernet was a winner this evening at Flamborough, so congratulations to the Cabernet group. What we're trying to do is exactly what I said would happen this year. We will not make the mistakes of 2018 into 2019. We will not be carrying them forward, and we are not carrying them forward. We're here in Lexington. I did my job. I think we did a great job at the yearling sale this year again. Now we're trying to look and see, do we have an option to buy some conditioned pacers or trotters? If we do, I'll bring those to you tomorrow afternoon. If we don't, I'm going to pitch our tent, take our tent, and go home. But I believe we'll probably find some horses on that list. There was a horse that was brought to my attention this week that was for sale privately. Obviously, this is not the time or the place to discuss that. That will be after we've concluded our business here with the Black Book in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So, all in all, a great sale. I was very, very happy with what took place. Obviously, we struck out on our higher-end horse, but I hope you guys understand and understand that I don't take it for granted. I don't take your money for granted. I don't just go and throw it around. I could have just went here and bought a $100,000 horse. That isn't what I was going to do. I wasn't just coming to Harrisburg or Lexington to spend money. I was coming here with a purpose to try and find some value and buy some horses that will do us some good, and I believe I have. We will see in 8 short months if I'm right or I'm wrong. But it is off to the mixed sale at Harrisburg here. Now, the mixed sale takes place Friday. I'm going to go tomorrow. As I said, watch these 3 yearlings go through the ring, and then I'm going to go, Amy and I are going to go take a look at some aged horses that are selling the following day. So I'll have some numbers out to you guys tomorrow about those horses. I know a lot of people are asking, and I'm glad you're asking, because we do want to buy some aged horses, and hopefully you guys can be a part of it. So that's it. That's your video. That's the last video from Harrisburg on the yearlings. They said we'd get 6. We got 6. I will talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon about maybe some older horses that we're looking to bring home. Take care.